Alright, so you should have finished your warm-up already. So we're going to go ahead and move on to area of circles. You have your notes. So you're going to use this to, so today, like I said, we're continuing with area of circles. Area of circles are, SE says 7.9b, I can determine the area of circles. Okay, sorry guys. So this is addressing the first part of your notes. Circumference is like the crust of the pizza, and area is like the toppings of the pizza. So we thought that pizza would be a easy way for y'all to kind of remember that area is what covers something. So essentially, like the toppings is what covers your pizza, and then the crust is the edge of your pizza. So that is circumference, because circumference, remember, is the outer edge. Okay, so make sure you have that. You fill in those blanks on your notes. You have the sentence stems that say blank is like blank. So circumference is like the crust, and then blank is like the blank. So area is like the toppings. Make sure you have that filled in. Okay. And then of course I said you have some keywords for area: space, cover, area. I'm gonna add another one. I'm adding fill in. Okay. If you fill something in, you're covering it, right? So, and then the next part of your notes, how would I find the area when given the diameter? So I want you to look at your reference chart and find the formula for area of a circle. Okay, so what is that formula? So yeah, so that formula is A equals pi r squared. So if you're given the diameter, if you notice, diameter is from one edge of the pizza to the other. What do you think you have to do in order to find radius? And so remember that radius is from the center of the pizza to the outer edge. So what do you think you have to do with your diameter? So yeah, so if you said you have to divide your let me change the color so that we can see it. It stands out. So yeah, so if you said you have to divide your diameter by 2, that is correct. So diameter divided by 2. So your radius equals diameter divided by 2. So when you're given the diameter, you have to divide the diameter by 2 and then plug in your answer into where the r is on your formula. So how would I find the area when given the diameter? So on your notes, it says I would find the area given the diameter by, and so then you would put, so I'm going to start off with by dividing the diameter by 2 before substituting. Okay. Let me fix this. Sorry, guys. Before substituting. Okay. All right. So this is our first example. It is a we do. You have this on your paper. So we're going to complete a we do, a you do, and then you'll go on to your independent practice, which is a go formative. So we do, it says a circular railroad crossing sign has a diameter of 30 inches. So we know it has a diameter of 30 inches. So that means it's from one edge to the other. That's 30. It says, what is the area of the sign in square inches? So we're looking for area. So we need our area formula. Go ahead, look at your reference chart. What is that formula? A equals pi r squared. Correct. Okay, and we just used it on our previous slide, so you should kind of have it. But we're given the diameter. So what did we just say we have to do with our diameter before we substitute? That's right, divide by 2. So that means I'm going to change the color just because I feel like red doesn't stand out as much. 30 and divided by 2. So 30 divided by 2 That is correct. So now you're going to go ahead and substitute that into your formula. So you have A equals pi. What number do we use for pi? So remember, when it doesn't tell us, we use 3.14. That is correct. And 15 is our radius, and we're going to square that. So remember, when it's squared, it means you have that number that many times, and then you have a multiplication symbol in between. So whatever the power is, you know you have that number that many times, and then you add a multiplication symbol in between the numbers. So 15 times 15. So you have A equals 3.14 times what 15 times 15 is. So what is that? One times 5. 1 times 1. So in order to get your answer, you need to go ahead and multiply 3.14 times 225. And then you have your answer for the area. I'm not going to finish solving it. We did the majority of it on together. So you just have to multiply those two numbers, okay? All right, so this is your you-do. So a rotating lawn sprinkler says water in a rotating lawn sprinkler sprays water in a circular area of grass. The diameter of the circular area of grass is 16 feet. What is the measurement of the area? So looking for area, and it gives us the diameter is 16 feet. So we're going to go ahead and draw our circle, and they give us diameter, and our diameter is 16. So what do we have to do with our diameter again? That's right. Diameter divided by 2. So you're going to go ahead and have A equals pi r squared. We know that we're using 3.14. You're going to plug in your radius. What is that? What's that radius going to be? So what's 16 divided by 2? Then you'll go ahead and finish solving. Okay. Once you're done solving that, you're going to raise your hand so your teacher can check it. And then, sorry. And then you'll go ahead and go on to your independent practice, which is that Go Formative. Okay. So you can check this one before you go on to your Go Formative. Let's go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and multiply it out so you can check it. You should have already done it. This is just so you can check it. So your area for the railroad sign should have been 706.50 inches squared. Okay, so that's just so you can check your work for the we do. Make sure you multiply it correctly. Like I said, just make sure you have your steps so we can, when your teacher looks at your work, we can determine if it is you're not understanding the concept issue, or if it's just a multiplication or a computation error. And then maybe like that, your teacher will still give you credit knowing that you understand the concept. It's just you're struggling with multiplying. Okay, so make sure you finish the you do, and then go ahead and go on to your independent practice, and then your teacher will tell you when to complete your exit ticket. These are your expectations for your your teacher might have different expectations, okay? But if not, these are the ones you should follow, okay? But just double check with your teacher, okay?